Okay, now we should be working. Yes.
Do we have sound now? We're just mouth.
But we started off by saying it's another cold day in Virginia.
Yes, and the flowers are all out, and the red buds are about a week early. And there have been bees, and I saw some monarch butterflies.
Snakes are out.
Yes, came across a little teeny tiny one last week. Little teeny tiny garter snake. I threw it in the garden. Well, I didn't throw it in the garden. I didn't want to hurt it. I just put it over the fence. I'm getting really good in my old age because I couldn't stand spiders, but I've been saving them instead of stomping on them.
For?
I don't stomp on them. Oh, that's.
I think it's me.
Oh, it's you. I don't know. I love our phones buzz. Bzz, bzz.
So what's new in your world?
Not much. I was listening to the radio. I do like to listen to music, I had an interesting thing happen to the radio that was in the bathroom. I put it on FM, and then I couldn't turn it off. I couldn't turn it off.
It wouldn't turn off at all?
No, I had to unplug it, and it turned off. So I was listening to the radio today, and I found a station that was kind of cool, some good music. You know, I don't like clowns. He says, that's non sequitur. How did you get from radio to clowns? You know, they sometimes have these gimmicks that they do on radio stations where they call people. Mm-hmm. And all I could think of when they did this was a clown, because clowns like to make fun of people. It's alive. My phone's alive. Clowns like to make fun of people. And this game that they had on the radio really, it sort of bothered me because they were making fun of the person they had called, because the person didn't know what they were talking about. And what they did is they pretended they were the gas station where the person had dropped their car off. And they said to this person, well, you know, your headlights need to be replaced. The fluid is low. What? Do you want LED fluid in it, or do you want regular? And the person said, well, let me have LED.
See, I think it's kind of funny myself, but anyway.
I know, but it went on, and I started feeling kind of sad for the person, because then not only did the lights need LED fluid, what was the other thing? Oh, the tires were in the wrong place. Right? And then, oh, by the way, your transmission is missing. Well, you can't ride without a transmission. Yeah, he said, I suggest you get 2 of them.
Had to be a lady he was talking to.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but.
And you know, it was in a way funny, but in a way it was like, this guy's a real clown. I guess there's a lesson to be learned here. Is one, find out what you're talking about, what they're talking about. Let me look it up first before you sell me anything.
Well, women don't know anything. That's why when you go into a place like that, they can
sell you, yes.
Because, I mean, women just get in a car and drive it. Most women, except most women get in the car and just drive it. I mean, they don't even always put gas in it. They don't check the oils. They don't do anything because, I mean, that's what their husbands, and that's what the gas attendant and the service station and all that for.
Well, so he managed to say, he said, well, it's a good thing they didn't switch the front with the back, because then you'd be really in trouble. He says, that could be dangerous. Yes, he says, and we don't have to worry about the spare tire. And
I'm sorry.
I'm not laughing.
Right, but you got to be laughing at this point. You have to be laughing at this point.
See, that's why I don't like clowns. Because clowns do that to people. I got myself in trouble one time with clowns, because I went into the BJ to sign up, and he told me I had to take my shoes off to take the picture. I was really upset. And I said,
you went into where?
BJ's.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I don't like clowns either.
Well, I don't like clowns, but not for that reason. I don't like them, period. So that made me laugh, because I think John Boy and Billy used to have, I don't guess they were the ones, but there were some radio stations in the older days that used to do this kind of stuff.
They did it this morning, and it's the first time I've ever listened to this radio station. I found it. I'm like, yes, it's got modern music, and I like it. So I'm like, oh, I don't like that part. You know, at some point, this person ought to say, oh, let me check on that first, because it was going to be.
So how did they finally ended up?
They didn't tell her. I mean, it was just let it go.
So imagine her calling her husband going, our tires are not in the right place.
And it's $50
My
a
transmission
tire.
is gone.
Oh, and it's $50 a tire to get it fixed, and $30 per light. And then, oh, do you know your cigarette lighter's missing? We'll put that in for free, and it's $70 labor. And I'm like, okay.
See, I love it. I love it. Well,
I differ with that. I don't.
Bubba happened to, my husband, we usually don't answer spam calls, but for some reason on Sunday, he happened to answer
Oh,
one.
good. He's a good person to answer.
Well, so, anyway, they proceeded to tell him, well, I'll tell you this part in a minute. So they proceeded to tell him that he had won the Publishers Clearinghouse, and they were on the way with the truck and the check. And they asked him if he'd played it recently, and he said no. And so they had our address.
Oh.
Of course, they had called him on his phone, and they told him that they were in a local town, and they were headed this way. So he proceeded to tell them that, well, he started asking them questions, which is a good thing. And this is a tip.
Always questions.
So he started asking them questions. Oh, well, what are you passing right now? So they told him something that was in the town that they were passing, which is there.
Oh, yeah.
And then so he threw it out there, and he asked them a couple of questions. Well, have you passed so-and-so yet? Which we know's not in the town. And they were like, well, wait a minute, we got to check because we're not familiar with this and stuff. And he was like, you're busted. Of course, he told him, he said, well, I got a brother-in-law and stuff, that's deputy sheriff and all this. And he said, you're busted. Well, and he said, so if you show up in my driveway, he said, just be prepared. And they said, well, we're coming for sure now, and we're going to shoot it up. No, it came with a threat.
Oh, wow.
So they did not know who they had called.
Do not. That would be like coming to our house because we think the same way. And
They did not know who they had called and stuff. But, yeah, and so the funny part was, I had turned my phone off for church that day, so I hadn't cutting the ringer back on or anything, but from the exact same number, I had received a call. But they left no voice message for me, and of course, I didn't pick up. But same exact number, so we blocked it, and he blocked it, and I also, in the Verizon app, you can report it as like spam or something or whatever it is, and I also put that it was a threat.
yes. What? These people do not like it when you call them on something like that.
No, so that was interesting.
That was not only interesting, but scary.
And then there was something else I was trying to remember.
And they
the other
knew
day
your
that
address, too.
Yeah, that's what kind of concerned him too.
Yeah, that's kind
But I had faith in the good Lord, which he did too. But he was also prepared.
Oh, yes.
Because these days you can't take a chance.
I think I might even call, you might want to report it to the state police because they do have a fraud unit. Mm-hmm. I did that one time when our credit card, because they do have a fraud unit and give them the number. Was it the same number on both of your phones? So obviously they didn't change the number. Was it local number? So you might want to consider, either the sheriff's department or the state troopers.
So I just thought
Because
it was
that's kind of scary, because these people are arrogant. I mean, how dare you call them? They're the ones scamming you, and they're going to threaten you.
Oh yeah, and there was
Are they crazy?
He only had to pay like $500 and some for an IRS processing fee. And he was like,
no.
I think that was the point. He told him, "You're busted."
Because that's like,
You don't want us to show up with your truck. You don't want us to show up with a check. And he was like, no. And he said, if you show up in my yard, he said, just be ready.
The thing is, if you're going to give me a vehicle that's $30,000 to $50,000 vehicle, you can afford the $500 processing fee. That's my thing. Don't try to scam me.
Well, there was something else that I had this past week too. I had gotten a text about. It said you need to log in, and I'm like, no, I don't. I don't need to log into this one. So I mean, I just blocked it and deleted
We're
it.
getting all of these that are coming from Amazon that you're charging your account because they want you to go there and verify everything. It's like,
You
no,
might want to change your Amazon password.
maybe.
I did that one time when I was having trouble with stuff like this. I changed my Amazon password.
Yeah.
So,
Good luck at finding the credit card number because that keeps changing all the time. We change them all the time. I mean, really, you have to. You just can't, can't trust anybody. So
anyway, it's
that
just
was
interesting.
Yeah. So anything else new? I haven't watched a lot of news.
I haven't either. I've been too busy.
You
So
are
no,
busy.
no,
Yes,
it had a lot going on between work and stuff, but no, not that I know of. I mean, there's so much going on that
We can't keep up with
the
it.
tariffs, and then the reciprocal starts today, which I think reciprocal is good. I was listening to something the other night that was talking about, the cars and stuff that will have the tariffs on them and how it could affect everything. But the whole point of the tariffs is to bring business back to America.
Here.
Because, so that is the point of the tariffs. Now, will it hurt for a little bit? But
Yes.
if it's on their lot, they shouldn't jack it up.
And that was fine. That's right. They shouldn't. There
There
they've
should
already
be
got
no
them
jacking
here.
because these have been in here and stuff.
They're here.
It's only on stuff that's not arrived yet.
That's
so
right.
you should. So it was recommending that if you needed a vehicle to go down, but and I didn't realize that every car dealership and everything imports a certain amount of vehicles. I didn't realize
Really?
that. But
There's going to be a lag time.
we're trying to get the
Got to.
American made. So, if you, all these car lots that are full, go buy from them.
That's right.
But I'm trying to, don't panic. Will
Breathe.
it cost? Yes, because this is going to be kind of like, there may be, people might be trying to buy it, which if they go in there and buy it, or if they try to go and get used, it's going to drive the price up some. But, just think, people. Think about what you're doing. If you don't need a car, you won't plan on buying it, you're okay.
Well, that's like, you ever try to find something built in the United States now?
It's hard.
It's very hard. Mm-hmm. It is very hard. And you may have a particular product that you bought before and you don't want to buy that one again, and it might have been made in the United States, but you're not really pleased with it. Hard to find competitors. Mm-hmm. Very hard to find competitors. So we have, over the past 20 years, outsourced our ability to make things. Mm-hmm. And some of that is now due to energy. It's just cheaper to buy from overseas because they didn't put a halt on their drilling and everything else. So we have to now get all of these things back online, and not only get them back online, that's what the time is going to take. So we still have to buy some of these products that are not made here, and we're going to have to pay for some of that tariff because they're going to tack it on. Unless they're already here, unless the products are already
If
here.
it's here,
you're
and
good to go.
hopefully the government's watching that.
That's
because
right.
if it's here, you shouldn't drive the price up now.
That's right. You shouldn't pass it
sell your
on.
stock. It should only be on what's being imported.
That's exactly it.
So, and hasn't arrived yet.
That's right.
So, just, is there going to be a crunch time? But I also believe that it's going to cause some negotiations.
Well,
But the whole purpose of this is to get money back here, and if you're not,
Yes.
if you don't want to come back, then we shouldn't, if you want to build your business and build it over there, then we should be getting some money. We should be getting what we need also.
That's right. Well, and as soon as now I don't know how the energy and the drilling has gone, but as soon as that starts coming up, energy costs will go down. Mm-hmm. We have.
And plus, they're looking at nuclear too.
Sure,
they're looking at
everything.
opening some of the nuclear plants because they say it's clean.
You don't eliminate anything. You bring everything. That includes windmills, solar, everything. When you limit something, you're limiting your imagination, your ability.
But windmills
to
only
do
work
something.
where there's places that have a lot of wind.
That's right. That's right.
And and then you have to look at. There's certain things that are not as efficient.
They're
as
not
they
cost
should be.
effective. Windmills
Yes.
are not really cost effective. Solar's pretty pretty good. I prefer having, like ours, individual people using your own solar to help. But just think about what will happen when we have a lot of our own energy and we can actually export it. Mm-hmm. So it's a win-win there.
But anytime you're doing what the government is trying to do now, you're going to hurt.
That's right.
Because we've been so loose and fancy-free for so long, and we have not charged people like they've charged us. So, like, I mean, other countries that have only charged us on tariffs are, like 3% or whatever. And, I mean, we charge them 3%, but they've charged us so much. So now it's going to be reciprocal. You charge me 10, I'm going to charge you 10. And then we call it even.
That's right.
But I mean, it's not fair for us. The United States of America has taken on the world in so many things. We've helped rebuild, we've donated money, we've given equipment, we've given our people, we've done everything in the world to help everybody. But we're just saying, okay, now we're tightening because our coffers are getting low.
Some people have gotten very rich, but not us. Not the
so
people.
We need to regroup. And so
yes.
that's all we're trying to do is regroup. And I mean, some people really, really hate the tariffs. I'm not totally opposed to them. I just know that it's not going to be fun in some areas until it all equals out and gets straight. But
you have to understand the reason for it. Mm-hmm. And I understand the reason. It's like, okay, so you need to have a knee replaced. Okay? And it hurts. So you get it replaced and it kills you. But the bottom end, when you come out, you're going to be able to walk again. And that's basically what's happening here. We are hurting because everything costs so much because of inflation and everything else, and we're not producing energy. And we are importing, and that's cheap stuff. Mm-hmm. So if we want to make it here, we've got to put a penalty on those people who want to import, and that's the tariff.
Yeah, we have no problem buying your goods.
It's just that you're going to have to.
We should be able to support ourselves too. And when we ship everything out and can't even make our own whatever, like pharmaceuticals.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, you can't even make your own pharmaceuticals. No.
And because that opens up a whole different and innovation and creativity. If we don't have our companies here, we are eliminating our innovation and our creativity.
Well, and the standards are not the same. What they make it and how they make something in another country does not have the same standard of when it's required to be made in our country. And if you're purchasing, like she said, you're purchasing a lesser quality, it's not good. So we have a little bit higher standard on some things. So, I mean, it does cost probably more, but he's also trying to deregulate to help cut some of the regulation to help. So it'll help business and everything. So if you cut the regulation, put the reciprocal tariffs and the taxes and stuff on, I mean, right now, if you look at it this way, you're burdening your own people with taxes.
Oh, yes.
That they can't afford, when businesses and imports and exports should be carrying the brunt.
That's right.
That's the way to me, that's the bottom line, the way I look at it.
I'm just thinking it's going to be a win. You just have to wait for it. You have to wait. Look at how many Hyundai they're going to invest in companies here. They already have an electric car company in the United States. I'm sure the oil pipeline is back in function and getting repaired. Haven't heard about that, but that was one of the big things that was going to start. We're going to start back steel and aluminum. We don't even make our steel and aluminum. We don't produce much of that.
And so when that tariff hits, it's going to really jack things up. But that makes the steel workers go back, right?
Everything.
It makes things, it's going to eventually help.
Now, I can give you an example about quality. I know for a fact one big company removed their American-made turbine factory out of the country because cheap labor moved it out of the country. They came back because the quality control in the product that they were producing was not the proper standards. Quality. It was not the standards quality. I know for a fact that steel being purchased overseas. And my husband worked for a steel company. They eventually closed. And what you had is, yes, you had the engineering done here, but the steel came from abroad. And if I'm not mistaken, they actually had ships that big, huge ships that would produce the steel and just take them right to the ports they needed to take them to. We didn't even do that. And I know that we are not doing, look at Pennsylvania had big steel companies.
Mm-hmm.
And people would get upset because, we're burning coal, because we're producing steel, and it's polluting. So let's get rid of making the steel. Let somebody else make the steel, but you're paying for it.
But at that time, they knocked a lot of people out of jobs.
Oh, yes, I know.
That really hurt, too.
I know that for a fact. My husband, twice from the same, he got called back, and then he lost his job finally, and he got another job in a steel company because he was in the engineering part. But they just outsourced everything.
Well, think about it, too. If your drugs are coming from China.
Oh, boy.
Which, that would concern me anyway. But also, if China really shuts down on us and they cut off medicine, what are you going to do? You need to be able to produce things on your own.
It would be nice.
You need to be able to continue to get your medicines. And quality meds.
Yeah, I know this sounds very strange, right? But I buy a certain aspirin from a certain low-cost company, and I know it's probably imported from overseas because it's cheap. I can get 200 of them for like $5. Same quality that was made here many years ago, it was $10 for less. Now, over the year that I've noticed that I've purchased some of these, I break them in half because they're big. I have a hard time breaking them now. So whatever they're doing to make it, it's more compressed and harder. So it makes me wonder about how well will it dissolve in my system. Because if I can break them with my fingers, then I know it's soft enough, it's going to dissolve. But I can't break them with my fingers. I have to bite them in half. And that's just a quality, and I've noticed that for this minor little thing, an aspirin. So what about all of these prescription drugs that we are taking and we buy? Is the quality control still there? I know my husband gets his prescriptions mailed to him. And I'm like, I don't trust where it's coming from. It's probably the same thing that we both have, but where is it coming from? Now, I don't know. I have a few prescriptions. If you have a prescription, they say it's the same drug, it's just a different shape. Or a different cover.
That will happen at the pharmacy.
Sure, it will.
Because it comes from a different
source. So it's whichever source that their distributors get it from. So all of this is a little, it's concerns you. And yes, we need to make it here, and we need standards. If it's going to be a certain drug, they always should look alike, so that you don't have a problem with them.
So you can identify it, especially some of them you want to be able to.
And now, you can't now. I mean, I used to have a little book, and it had each drug in there, and you could identify the drug by the color, the size, the shape, and everything. I don't think that would work anymore.
It might not.
I don't.
But you might get AI it.
Ooh,
because you can take a picture and,
yes,
and
what
say,
is
which
this?
one is this one?
What is this? So, again, we have to do that here. We're not getting it here, and that includes not just pharmaceuticals, but vitamins and minerals and all these other things, because I'm sure they're coming from abroad. Now,
I mean, look how many vegetables you get from abroad.
Oh, yes.
But then look how many recalls you get.
Yeah, how many people get sick?
So, I mean, you know, my encouragement to everybody is just hold on tight.
Don't worry.
Just let's get through the rough waters and let's see what happens. Don't get upset yet, because we don't even know what's going to happen. Sometimes people will come to the negotiating table.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, wait a minute, that's going to hurt us too. So no, we don't want to do that. So
Yeah,
let's bargain.
That's exactly it. And that
So,
is the.
I mean, just give it time. Let
That's
things
why our
fall
president-
into place. Let things fall into place.
What is he called? He'll make a deal. Yeah, he will make a deal. And different tangent, toilet paper. Or Kleenex, actually, it's Kleenex. And then it goes to toilet paper. We get Kleenex, and I know it's imported. It's made from bamboo.
You specifically get it from bamboo?
It's made from bamboo because it's lint-free. It doesn't have all that little lint, that paper that you get from regular Kleenex tissue, because it has a lot of lint in it. But bamboo doesn't have the lint. So I get bamboo Kleenex. I'm sure that's imported. However, we have bamboo running rampant around here. There's big areas of bamboo. They really, it grows quickly and easily. In fact, it's invasive.
It is invasive.
It's
a lot of people
invasive.
don't like it because they planted it thinking it was going to be, and then it's taken over.
It's taken over. However, I just saw this one young woman who, she started another company, and she's producing toilet paper made from bamboo because she wants to save the trees. Interesting things. I get stuck on different things. She was a young woman who made that, what was that, like indoor soccer where you have that big bubble around you, you know, and you bounce around. And I just saw it and I thought, oh, great idea. It's a little expensive right now. I'm hoping that it goes down. But here's something that's an invasive plant. Use it. Make use of it. It's great. And I'm glad she's doing it, and I hope she builds all those companies right here in the United States.
So I guess that's my word for the day.
I know. I thought maybe next week we should do some recipes.
Okay? For?
Bran muffins. You want some bran muffins? You like bran muffins? I make a killer bran muffin.
Okay.
I should make some. We should
Out of bamboo?
Bamboo shoot. Well, if you want roughage, I guess you could use that.
There you go. That's what I was thinking.
A little bit of, eat any paper and you're going to get some roughage. All that cellulose just doesn't dissolve in our systems. That's why you eat celery. It'll take care of your cholesterol.
Okay. All right, guys. I guess we'll wrap it up here. See you later.